These were scary scenes at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California.
He's on the naughty step from PSG. He's not gone on the tour of Japan. What have you missed? What have you seen? Shaq! Wait, we need some help. We need medical. Okay.
Former pro soccer player and current analyst of the game on ESPN, Shaka Hislop, fainted during a live broadcast on the worldwide leader. Many were worried for his well-being. Hislop has now broken his silence.
Well, that was awkward. What a 24 hours this has been. Listen, every so often life gives you a moment to pause, and this was mine. There's so much I have to be thankful for. My wife, kids, family, loved ones, friends, people I've shared a space with over the years and I've lost touch with for whatever reason, and I've reached out either directly or indirectly. Thank you.
In a recorded message, Hislop's video was broadcasted via ESPN FC.
My response now has to be to seek out the best medical opinion that I can get and listen to what my doctors have to say. In closing, I'd like to say thanks to Dan and the ESPN family, the camera operators, the medical staff at the Rose Bowl, all who responded in the way that they did and afforded me the care that I got. Thank you. I know now that even when we argue and disagree, I have the fullest support of each and every one of you. I'm looking forward to getting back doing what I enjoy doing most. See you in a bit.
It was truly touching. I'll give my 2 cents in a moment. First, via the Washington Post, Hislop, 54 years old, had fallen to the turf Sunday at the Rose Bowl in LA while discussing on ESPN the friendly between Real Madrid and AC Milan, the latter the recent signing of Christian Pulisic. While listening to a comment from network host Dan Thomas, who was on the field and on camera with Hislop, Shaka stumbled backward, then fell forward. Thomas reacted with alarm and called for help. At halftime of that match, Thomas would issue this.
Half-time then here at the Rose Bowl. It's AC Milan 2, Real Madrid 0, but that, of course, very much secondary to what happened ahead of the game. Obviously, my mate Shaka not here, but as it stands, it's good news. He's conscious, he's talking. I think he's a little embarrassed about it all. He's apologised profusely. Not a man who likes people to make a fuss of him. Obviously, far too early to make any sort of diagnosis, but the important thing is that Shaka's conscious.
The Los Angeles Times also provided this. Shaka Hislop was examined at the Rose Bowl Health Center and held for about 50 minutes for observation before being released. According to ESPN, the network had no information as to what might have caused him to collapse. The temperature in Pasadena was 86 degrees, around 15 minutes before the 7:10 p.m. match, according to timeanddate.com. We still don't know. Could be anything. As I went over previously, could be he had a low intake of food on this dais, a low intake of water on this dais. The heat could have simply gotten to him. Maybe he wore too many layers. We don't know. I'm not sure we will know, at least in the near future. But I do find it interesting that we haven't yet found out at this moment. Because usually when this stuff happens, we have a pretty clear conclusion of the reason that someone would faint on television. As I went over, Wendy Williams passed out. There was on live TV, a meteorologist in Los Angeles locally passed out in studio. She went cross-eyed and fainted. We've seen this before, sadly. So the most important thing is that he is apparently appearing to be okay, and we look forward to seeing him on more ESPN FC broadcasts in the near future.